This piece is a collage of Martin and Malcolm. So if you know a little bit of my history, you know I'm a Morehouse grad, which is the same school that Martin Luther King went to. I feel like I have a combination of both of their spirits inside of me. And I always gravitated to the story of Malcolm X first. But as I've gotten older, I think I share a spirit that kind of reflects both. So every year around December, I do what's called Black Shopping Spree. And the Black Shopping Spree really came to me, I think it was like post-COVID, post-George Floyd. You know, there was a lot of talk about how are we spending our dollars within the Black community, how are we encouraging others to do the same. So for that day, I go out and buy a bunch of cool stuff, you know, made, created by Black people. And what I do is I try to highlight exactly what I bought, who I bought it from, and encourage other people to do the same. I want to actually highlight some of the art pieces that I've gotten over the years. A lot of these pieces started as just prints. I actually took them to Frame Bridge, got them custom framed. And now the next step is to figure out some room on my already congested wall to put these pieces. But I got some really dope pieces for some really dope Black artists, so we're gonna go through them today. So I'm gonna start with a heavy hitter. This piece right here, you guys might already recognize. This is what I like to call like being creative with your art collection. Understanding that art doesn't always have to just be a painting or photograph. Like, I look at nowadays how artists are transitioning into creating merchandise or creating wearable items or creating, you know, they're making their artwork a lot more accessible to the average person to be able to afford it. So while, you know, I haven't digged in my bank account yet and bought an official Hebru Brantley art piece, I took the liberty of purchasing a bunch of his patches that he sells on his site. And you can get these patches really affordable. And obviously the typical thing you'll do with a patch is maybe iron it onto a shirt or iron it onto a jacket. But I thought it'd be cool to take all the patches, collage them together inside of a canvas and kind of create, you know, an art piece that can go on your wall, you know, adding up a bunch of Hebru Brantley pieces. Really happy how it turned out. Thankful for Frame Bridge for helping me with the design and the back padding and how we were going to put this whole thing together. I have a number of his fly boy and fly girl statues, and I wanted something that actually was on my wall that kind of represented his art. So this is my first step into having an official Hebru Brantley piece. It's on the way. I'm gonna get one. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get one. I'm saving up for it. But for right now, we got fly boy, fly girl, and its different iterations, framed just like this. And I gotta find a cool place on my wall. So one of the themes you'll see in a lot of the art that I have purchased over the last few years is it's a color tone, it's a blue. So I'm usually looking for like the color blue somewhere in the art pieces, and you'll see it show up a lot. Blue is like an undertone color within my house because my kitchen is actually blue. When I bought this condo, it came kind of blue, and I haven't repainted it yet. So I said I'm gonna play off the blue and bring out the blue that's in my kitchen throughout different pieces of art. So you'll see that throughout some of the pieces that I show you today. The next piece of art I'm gonna show you is a really cool piece. And I love the way that we frame this one, like the color of the frame and how it brings out the different vibrant colors in this piece. This piece is actually by Temi Coker. I pray I'm saying his name right. If I'm not, forgive me, but I am a collector of your work. I was immediately gravitated to the beauty of this piece. Again, I like mixed medium art. I like art that is expressive, and I'm a very colorful person, although my personality at times can be very bland, very monotone. My inner spirit is very colorful. It's very vibrant. So I like to be surrounded by that. And if you ever been to my studio, you know we have bright colors everywhere. A beautiful Black woman surrounded by all these colorful pieces of flowers. I'm really excited to have this part of my collection, and it's just beautiful. And again, you'll see the blues. You see the blues sticking out a few different places, but I also really love the frame color of this. This is actually starting to become one of my favorite new colors that I like to even wear and have around me. It's like this green. It's like a little lighter than an olive green. I don't really know what color to really define it as, but this piece is beautiful, and I can't wait to hang this up. I can't wait to hang this one up. So this next piece is one that I think is really sick. It's by Stokes. It looks like I have number 21 out of 24, so that's pretty dope. This piece is a collage of Martin and Malcolm. So if you know a little bit of my history, you know I'm a Morehouse grad, which is the same school that Martin Luther King went to. I feel like I have a combination of both of their spirits inside of me. And I always gravitated to the story of Malcolm X first. But as I've gotten older, I think I share a spirit that kind of reflects both. So I just love this piece and how it kind of brings both of them together in one. You know, I'm just a really big fan of this. And again, it's another piece that I can't wait to hang up, you know, add to my collection. Stokes, you did an amazing job with this piece. I'm happy to be a collector of your work. So this next piece is by an artist by the name of Steve Bravo. It feels like a mixture of almost like a black version. I don't know if it's safe to say this. I'm gonna say it anyway. A black version of like calls and pop art, but done in a very unique and cool way. I just love the texture of this. I love the colors, the pop of the blues. I love the animation behind it, the red, the black skin, the gold Cuban links. I just think that this is just incredible, and this is 2 out of 20. Yeah, I just wanted to give it a really unique frame on this one. So I put it in this clear frame that you can kind of see through, and really just wanted to give the artwork something as cool as the artwork in the frame. I wanted to match the coolness with this frame. But again, you'll see these blues and these pops of color. Man, I gotta get this up. I got so many pieces of art, and this isn't even half. I just ordered about 10 new pieces of art that I haven't even framed yet. So trying to really figure out where to put all this in my condo is gonna be my next mission. But this is another piece of art that I just can't wait to get up. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. It's one of my favorites for sure. So the next piece of art is probably, I don't want to call it the most hype in my collection, but it's definitely by an artist that is killing the game right now. Probably one of the most sought after artists in fine art right now out of London. This is a piece by Slawn. I bought this piece a few years ago. I like to think I was slightly ahead of the hype train, but not by much, not by much. I ain't gonna act like I was first to it. I wasn't. I saw Yachty post his stuff. I thought his stuff was sick, and I just had to have a part of it, and I wanted to get it before it became too expensive for me to afford, which I'm sure it probably is now. But I got my hands on 2 pieces of art from him. This first piece right here is actually titled London. So I bought London and I bought his piece Milan because these are actually my 2 favorite European cities to travel to. So I've spent time in both of these places for work, which is just a blessing that the camera's taking me that far. But yeah, these pieces spoke to me just based upon the theme and just his work. I mean, his work is just incredible. Everything behind it, the colors, the way he draws it out, just the imagination that goes into this work. I just saw something in it and I just like, man, I gotta have it. And then again, we matched the blues within the piece with this beautiful frame from Frame Bridge. It was something different. I was a little indifferent about how I wanted to frame this one because I wasn't really sure if I wanted to do too much because the piece is it's already kind of valuable and it already kind of has a lot going on. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but when I saw this blue frame, I thought, you know, why not take a chance? I thought about going all white, keeping the museum style, but I was like, man, let's go all the way with it and let's add some blue to the frame. So I really love the way it came out. Again, this is the piece entitled London. You see the London Towers. And then this piece right here is entitled Milan, which is the fashion capital of the world. I'm really happy to be a small collector of his work. I got to get an original piece. We got a link one day, and when I meet him, I'll go for an original piece. But for now, this is an entryway to, you know, being a collector of Slawn. So if you're not familiar with Slawn or any of these artists that I'm showing you, make sure you guys go check them out and grab you a piece. Nothing here is too expensive, right? So you don't gotta feel like there's a high barrier of entry. Like my art collection starts out, it's really honestly affordable. The most expensive piece in my complete collection is from my boy Massey, and that's, I think I bought that for somewhere close to 4 racks. It's a piece behind me, but beyond that, most of my artwork is honestly under $1,000 for most of it. So a lot of these pieces, at least at the time when I bought them, are easy to afford. It's an easy way to kind of just start having art in your crib. Get rid of all them bare white walls. Come on, we gotta grow up. So get rid of them bare white walls, add some art to your crib, and you're supporting the black artists. You're keeping black artistry and keeping these guys and women creative and allowing them to do what they do. This piece of art I got right here is from a really dope, talented artist. And again, I hope I'm not butchering your name, but I believe it's pronounced Halimah Smith. Halimah Smith. So I own a few pieces of hers, very small pieces, nothing too over the top. Again, I just love the black storytelling here. Everything from, you know, going to Morehouse, understanding the importance and the value of the marching band, or, you know, growing up, you know, a barbershop kid. You know, I grew up in the barbershop, you know, with my dad, with my brother, hearing all the barbershop stories. I just love this piece and just the feeling that it comes with it. And you can kind of feel what they're talking about in this piece. And then over here, you know, I wasn't the best athlete, but, you know, I played basketball my entire life. So just seeing, you know, the basketball game happening, the And1 t-shirt was definitely nostalgic. Just seeing that come back and come to life, playing one-on-one reminds me of times playing one-on-one against my brother and other people from the neighborhood. And then chess. I grew up learning how to play chess as a kid. My dad taught me how to play chess. And it went away from me for quite some time, but lately I've been bringing it back. I've been playing on chess.com, so if you're on there, you want that smoke, come holler at me. But I've been playing chess.com, so when I saw this piece, I was like, man, these are a few things that I enjoy doing. Chess, basketball, you know, still going to the barbershop, marching bands remind me of my Morehouse experience, and I was like, man, this would be a dope piece. And again, I like combining art pieces, right? So like you can take, which is a really small print. I believe this might be a 4x5. This might be like a 4x5, but when you put it together, now it adds a little bit more depth and dimension and height and size to your wall. So although this piece small would have been a baby frame, when you put it together with something complementary, now, you know, this takes up a little bit more space on your walls. It's another way to approach framing and hanging the art in your crib. I'm excited to have these inside my collection. I think they're dope. I think they're dope storytelling pieces. So that's a little bit of the collection that I have that I've acquired over my black shopping sprees. I'm gonna do another round of this because I have probably like 10 more that I want to show you all. But the main thing I want to do is just encourage you all to support black artists. It's a black artist somewhere in your network, somewhere in your neighborhood, somewhere in your community, and they're killing it. They're making some really dope stuff. Man, support, become a collector of their work, highlight their work, put it in your crib, and let's keep these women and men creating and making life beautiful.